Fulham away, isn't it? And then Ipswich at home.
Gather once more. Man City will enjoy the final few minutes here because they've got 4 goals, 2 for Ryan Cherki, 2 for Erling Haaland. He's on a hat-trick now. Still with 4 minutes left to get a 5th goal in the game. Really put Crystal Palace to bed here. I mean, the game's dusted, of course, but salt in the wound, couldn't they? Margay has it just outside the centre circle. And Margay floats it forwards to the Kovacic, but Buadi does collect. Buadi spins it right-hand side. Kusanov goes down the line. Looking for McKady.
Studying whilst being a professional footballer.
Find him.
For a degree,
City will come again.
Maths and physics.
Gathered now by Buadi. Buadi does collect.
Feisty player too. He's actually sent off in back-to-back games. Playing for Lille that season.
It's
only made his debut for Morocco just before the World Cup and was a fixture in
their
team which reached the quarter-final stage. They went out
gathered again by Buadi. Buadi goes back in the field.
Foden, great
collected
pass
now by
towards Haaland.
Beautifully done actually on the right-hand side by Manchester City. I mean, they're just swaggering through the final few minutes of this game. Completely in control of the contest, of course. But they're going to get a 5th goal. It feels like they might. Erling Haaland's inside the penalty area, couldn't quite take control of the ball. And so it is now gathered once again, this time by Kovacic inside the centre circle. Buadi to Kovacic, just all Manchester City. Final few minutes of the game. They lead by 4 goals to 1, but they look hungry to score more here. They really do. Nico O'Reilly in towards Kovacic. Kovacic has the ball and pokes it left-hand side. Okay, now beautifully done by Semenyo on that left-hand side. Antoine Semenyo is approaching the edge of the penalty. And the ball just comes loose, and it's going to be a goal kick for Crystal Palace.
Well, across the pitch, many you've impressed for City, but this man here, Ryan Cherki, has been awarded the player of the match tonight.
Is that a surprise to you? It's not a surprise to me. He's been brilliant.
City rotating again here, using their squad. A couple more changes late in the fray. Off goes Abdulkadir Husanov. Big moment here for the young man Caden Braithwaite, who makes his league debut. And also coming on, the young Brazilian defender Vitor Reis. Braithwaite, who was born in Bolton in the northwest of England. He had one senior game in the League Cup side a couple of years ago, and this is first outing in the Premier League. I'm expecting to have 3 minutes by way of stoppage time when we get there. Nice to see some of these young players given a chance. Those chances may not happen when the squad bulkens up with some of the new players who might well be coming in.
That's why you've got to take your opportunity while it's there. So many times it's at the start of the season, isn't it, when things are changing and happening and you get a little window of opportunity to impress.
So into added time ago then, and the number is in fact 5 minutes by way of additional time. There are many, Matt, who question whether this City squad post Pep Guardiola can compete for the major honours this season. As I mentioned, a squad which will undergo yet more change, you would think, in the days ahead. They're showing their prowess tonight. Here's McAdoo. has the makings, you would think, of a squad that could go deep in all their different tournaments this season.
Yeah, I think it's got some exciting talent, hasn't it? And like anything, when it changes, it brings a little bit of unknown, doesn't it? Certainly when the manager changes alongside all of that. But what we've seen here from City tonight is actually quite a typical performance from them that we've seen over the past decade. Under Pep, it's been that kind of quality football, good control of the game. They've been a little bit open at times, but, you know, really convincing away performance, and no reason to say that they're not going to have a strong season.
Next weekend they will host Coventry City. The next away game is their first derby of the campaign. They go to Old Trafford on week 4 to take on Manchester United. Hoping to win their first league title in 3 years. For the previous 2 campaigns, they've seen the silverware go elsewhere after their previous era of domination. This has been an imposing start on their travels. They were fallible away from home last season, dropping points in 10 games. All 3 points are going back north with them tonight. Phil Foden's down. Not down for long. There are many Palace fans now have made their way towards the exits at Selhurst Park. Far too early for them to really cast judgments on Pierre Sarge. Semenyo, blocked by Mingueza. He'll be desperate to avoid the start that was made by Frank de Boer. Remember when he came in here
I do
a few
remember.
years ago?
How can you forget?
Lost 4 games in a row without scoring and was gone by September.
It was disaster, wasn't it? Absolute disaster. They've had a couple of shaky starts, haven't they? Crystal Palace. So they know what that looks like and what it feels like.
Their league form has tailed away over the past season and a half, really. Did dip in the final campaign under Oliver Glasner. It's going to be no wins now in 9 league games, including the back end of last season, just 4 wins from 25. There are some who have their concerns and their fears about Palace this season. They've got a big few days ahead for sure in the transfer window. This is the second time in Pierre Sarge's fairly young managerial career in which he's seen his team concede 4 goals. Previous occasion came against Paris Saint-Germain. But they've come up against a City team who plays some great stuff tonight. Semenyo. Back for Gay. Triumphant return to him to Selhurst Park tonight. Now Diaz. Donnarumma's own goal. The only blots on the night in Manchester City. There is the full-time whistle. It is their back-to-back wins for Enzo Maresca to start off his tenure in the Premier League at Man City. And this was a very impressive showing at Selhurst Park tonight. A new era for sure, but the big talents remain. Ryan Cherki was fantastic. 2 goals for him. And Erling Haaland, last year's Golden Boot winner, off the mark once again with 2 goals as well. Palace got the 1 back. But for them it is back-to-back defeats under Pierre Sage to start off his tenure. It ends here in South London in a 4-1 win for Manchester City.
Business. Really good, really encouraging signs.
Any concerns for Crystal Palace? I mean, the guys were talking there in commentary, not drawing a direct comparison, but talking about Frank de Boer and the fact he was gone by September and that. But are there any concerns about Crystal Palace that this appointment this season might be problematic, Glenn?
I think it's a little bit early for those comparisons, personally. But yeah, listen, it's a disappointing start to the season. And you've got to look past the results, and you've also got to give respect and credit to this Manchester City side. This is, even though they've had a change of manager, they're still an elite squad. I think probably the disappointing thing for Crystal Palace is finishing, one, and two, the way they lose their style and their system with the changes that Pierre Sage made. Yeah, disappointing first two results, but this is a big week for them to try and keep people in the building and also to try and bring other people in.
The City players celebrating in front of the travelling support who've been in great voice at Selhurst Park this evening. They look delighted with this win. Is it just a question of not just job being done, but job being done well, Joe?
Yeah, I think so. You've got to enjoy the good moments. You know, the team, the fans will feel the pressure. There's a lot of change at Manchester City and a lot on the line. But that was a really good performance. It was an enjoyable performance. You know, when everything starts to catch fire, Shirky bringing that stardust to it, bringing young players on. It's not just the fact that they brought Buwadi on, they brought two young other players on. Exciting times, pleasing times. You've got to just enjoy the good moments, goodness me.
I think there's a point, isn't there, sometimes, Joe, where Manchester City, should I say, have shown a weakness when they lose that momentum and obviously going 2-0 up, conceding a goal, and they've shown a bit of a fragility sometimes, but to come through that and blow Crystal Palace away by the end of the game, that's a step in the right direction.
I think that Turkey goal, you'll never underestimate it. I think you're absolutely bang on, Glenn. And they've not blown many teams away recently. So for them to go drop down the gears, encouraging performance, as I say, and bringing people on, is a really exciting night and an enjoyable night. They're not going to get carried away, of course they're not. But, vision on Donnarumma, they're obviously that own goal, but I thought he was really good tonight, and it's always good to see him scoring goals.
And the thing is, teams don't score a lot of goals necessarily against Pierre Sage's sides. It's only the second time in his career that a team that he's managed has conceded 4 goals in one game, and the other team that did it to his long side were Paris Saint-Germain. But they've lost this evening at Selhurst Park by 4-1 against Manchester City. And this Premier League weekend is up and running. Still lots more to come. Andoni Iraola had his first game at Anfield in charge of Liverpool against Nottingham Forest. That's the lunchtime kickoff on Saturday. Bournemouth face Everton. It's Coventry against Hull in the battle of the promoted side. Spurs Newcastle is the evening kickoff on Saturday. And then on to Sunday, where Chelsea face Brighton, Leeds against Brentford, Sunderland take on Fulham, Manchester United at home to Ipswich, and then on Monday night it's all wrapped up with Aston Villa against Arsenal. We'll be reflecting, though, on an impressive result and an impressive performance from Manchester City. They've beaten Crystal Palace by 4-1. Erling Haaland up and running for the season with a couple of goals in this game. Ryan Shirky playing like a man who has a point to prove. We'll discuss his performance and that of City with Joe and with Glenn in just a few minutes' time.
Broadcast sponsor, Income Insurance, here for all of you. Co-presenter, Samsung, powered by Galaxy AI. Gold sponsors, stay rational when you invest. Saxo, be invested. Samsung, the global #1 TV, trusted for 20 years. And co-sponsors. This broadcast of the Premier League is brought to you by... Presenting broadcast sponsor, Income Insurance, here for all of you. Anfield this weekend. Forest arrive having barely survived the drop last season.
Glorious free kick.
Liverpool smell blood. Forest have other ideas.
Absolutely sensational.
Later, Spurs host Newcastle United.
It's a game that you don't want to lose.
Archie Gray wheeling away.
Who will make a statement early in the season?
Simply irresistible.
Catch the EPL live only on Hub Premier. Co-presenter Samsung.